What's up, people? I hope you're having a beautiful evening wherever you are right now. It's hashtag TTTT with me, most bankable host Brian Aseli. You can definitely use the hashtag TTTT. Right now, I'd like to welcome my panelists. They look amazing, especially Moja Hivi Sutiake Imengara. His name, this guy is loved in Kenya and abroad. Anasumbua sana in Bahamas and Barbados. In Trinidad and Tobago, they know his third name. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome a comedian, stand-up comedian, well sought after. Arnold Xavier, how are you?
Yeah, thank you. Stand-up comedian is now seated, Good to be back,
Good to be back. And of course, a gentleman who is loved. He's a football fanatic, but also commentator. His opinions change a lot of things in that world. So if you're out there, he's a very amazing script writer, social media influencer, na pia anaweza kuwa bouncer wako ama bodyguard, depending on how much money you have. Hello.
Hey, hello.
Samira, how are you?
I'm very fine. How are you?
And of course, to the most important lady of the moment.
Say it.
She is our flower in the building today. She looks amazing. She smells like money. Recently, she has been promoted at her center of business. So get to find out what business she deals in. Kama sio banking, sijui ni nini. She smells amazing. She feels amazing. Talking to her is even better. The only lady in the studio, Cindy!
Oh my God, is that your picture and everything on the intro?
Yeah.
Look at you!
Nilikuwa nimeandikiwa, guys.
Money moves.
Nilikuwa nimeandikiwa hizo intro. So okay, right now we're just about to get into the first story, but I hope your week imekuwa fiti. Nitaanza na Cindy, wiki yako imekuwaje?
It's been great. Just touched down from Zambia. It's an amazing country. Very kind people. Very dry but very clean.
Yeah.
That's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
So it was a nice and amazing experience.
I don't say don't give us a dry joke. Najua unasema very dry. And you're getting ready.
It's Kitui dry. It's so dry, but it's
Kitui dry?
Kitui dry.
It's Kitui dry.
Yes.
Okay, Samira, wiki yako imekuwaje?
Wiki yangu imekuwa poa. The Premier League imerudi. It was announced. Prize money imepanda. Na iwake sana. Wacha sasa team zipigane. Me, I'm good right now.
Arnold Xavier, your week?
Well, my week, unlike you guys, yangu imekuwa komsi komsa. Some good news here, some not so good news. My visa is still imekata. But
Tafuta bibi.
I think I should get a wife,
Inakuja na baraka fulani.
Yeah, tafuta bibi. They don't give if you're single.
Cindy's just telling you tafuta mzungu. That's no worries about that.
White privilege,
White. It's the only white lie apple. But let's jump on to our first story. And of course, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has defended police officers who have been soliciting fuel from members of the public, saying such requests should not be mistaken for corruption. Speaking during the Jukwaa la Usalama Forum in Homa Bay town on Tuesday, explained that the government allocates 450 liters of fuel per police vehicle every month, which is an amount he says is far below operational needs of most stations. So moving forward, si za chai peke utatuma, si chai za chai peke utatuma, utatuma pia za mafuta.
Zangata.
I don't know. Arnold unataka kusema zangata zitafanya.
Well, to begin with, polisi hawako mafutani, so nisiwaombe kitu jameni. Unajua, funny thing is this press brief was held somewhere, not in a police station, and we had police there. Walikuwa wametumia mafuta wakakam kwa hii kuomba mafuta. Yani tunaelekea wapi? Mtumie mafuta kuja kuomba mafuta. Come on. Are you not frying yourselves?
Cindy, what do you think what's the picture that's being painted over here? Because it seems that tumeambiwa hii corruption.
I think it's more than just the Murkomen saying, look, if the cops want fuel, you give them a little something. I think it's more than that. It goes to show, and I know we're going to talk about it later on. I'm sorry for preempting, but I just wanted to link the thoughts. It goes to show that the police force that does so much is the most underfunded. And it is the easiest sector to manipulate and do something grafty. How many times have they changed their uniform? How many times whenever there are reforms, it is always with the cops? So you'll find that probably budgetary allocation, there is a budget for fuel. It disappears, and these guys are still expected to be the first on the ground, still expected to clean up very messy, nightmarish accident scenes. So, you know, it's even reached a point where the government officials that should be debating for them to get more money in terms of the budget for fuel are now saying, look, we can't beat the system. So you guys just go ahead and sort them fuel. It's the norm, but we are normalizing things that are not normal. Yeah.
I don't know, you know, 450 per month is something that I don't know how you can handle, because I think that's fuel that you can only use for, kama when you talk on long distances, I don't think you'll even move from whatever center that is. But I definitely want to hear from Samiro in just a bit. But even as we do that, the next story also touches on the police officers. Samiro, what do you have to say about this?
Personally, I think, see, police pia wanze kureciprocate venye wanatritiwa, because
Wanze kutupatia mafuta.
Apana, because under what circumstances do they end up asking for fuel from us? Unaona? Ama ya chai venye Arnold alikuwa anasema hapo. Amwekwi vizuri. Wale watu wanaweka vizuri ndio mnakuja kuitisha. Si nyinyi mtupia pia saa zingine waambia mdosi si kupoa, na ukitumwa maybe to harass the citizen mwenye anakusaidia. Fanya vitu kulingana na pali mwenye unafaidika.
So unasema a proper relationship between the citizens and the police.
Yes.
Itaweka place poa ya sisi kuweza kuwapatia ngata.
It will be easier. Yangata na itatoka. Because apart from hiyo, mama nasikia polisi alikuwa lipo hii analipwa hii.
Haya. Sawa, wacha tuone vile itakuwa. Also, before we even go on to the next story, there is an amazing hamper to be won. It's courtesy of Vivo V60, which is a new phone in the market. I'm going to give you details in just a bit. But for now, the police officers who provided security during Chan tournament have allegedly been paid by the local organizing committee. Now, they were initially promised 12,000 shillings per day to cover transport, meals, and other logistics. However, the amount was fast reduced to 3,300 shillings, and after further unexplained deductions, officers have now allegedly received only 300 bob per day worked. If this is the case, do they really observe this? Ebu, just talk to, do they really deserve this? Because polisi leo tumewafikia. So sijui kama Samiro bado unataka kuongea just
it explains the enthusiasm they were working with at that point. Unajua ulikuwa unataka kufika hivi uko na ticket.
What explains the what?
But there's Samiro, you went for almost all the games.
All of them. I went for all of them. Na kusema ukweli. Uko na tickets mama TRM. Gari hazingi. Mtu wako wa bike, uko kwanza unatishwa na rungu hivi. Baada hiyo yenyewe cycle ni 12,000 per day. Wangewaambia ukweli. Ai bwana, pale tungepoa ya 300. But yenyewe, mimi nimeelewa. By the way, I thought you guys mulikuwa mnaweka effort na mnalipo ile yenye ya kawaida. Kama ni 300 wala sisi tunaweza chaka tulipe basi. 300. But mimi there was a lot of police officers wengine sikumbuki jina yake. Me, I was handled properly, rafiki zangu.
Because you are in VIP.
Security, unaona hiyo security ndio unafanya tuende kwa kiwanja. It's not because I was in VIP. Mimi naweza poa ticket ya VIP, lakini watu wangu watu wangu na wale
ni wa regular.
Tunataka ni watu wa Russia. Russia. Kwa sababu unajua kuka pale VIP nikaa kwa staff room.
Hakuna maneno.
Uwezi toa zile maneno fulani. Unasema tu imagine ni golf bwana. Najua kwanza po Morocco hizi sikia lugha yangu, lakini lazima umwambie sasa unamtembelea. But then VIP no.
Talk to us about this. Fair treatment, unfair treatment. Should
very,
they be paid?
Very unfair. Listen, the 12,000 shillings, back to what I said earlier on, was budgeted for.
Yes.
It was reduced to 3,300. So that means either one person ate the difference or many people ate the difference. Then when we reached the 3,300, some other guys are like, higher. Even us, we want to eat. So they gowered and it remained 300 shillings. Let me tell you why it's so unfair. I was not on ground like Samiro, but I saw twice the 2 stampedes that were there and how they risked their lives for thousands and thousands of people who could have trampled them or even put them in harm's way. For them to go above and beyond, and then for you to not honor your, your end of the deal. You know who gets the raw end of the deal? It is us. Kwa sasa wanakuja kwetu, ata ufanye nini? Lazima utoe hongo. Ata kitu kidogo, fines. Now they take it out on the citizenry. So I'm not justifying in any form or manner bribery. It is wrong. but you sort of understand now why. They have to do what they do because they feel like they are given the raw end of the stick at any point.
Aye. And I'll say you're going to give us your remarks when we come back. Okay. Let's cross over to the other side of the commercial.
Invest smart na Britam leo. Download my Britam app on Google Play Store or App Store to sign up and get started today. Terms and conditions apply.
Britam, 60 years of safeguarding Africa's dreams and aspirations.
The KCB multi-currency card now supports 18 global currencies on one card. Save money when exchanging currencies. Instantly switch currencies on the multi-currency self-serve portal available on the KCB website. Secure online payments anytime, anywhere. Apply for your KCB multi-currency card at any KCB branch today. Visit ke.kcbgroup.com to apply for your KCB multi-currency card. KCB, for people, for better.
Now, introducing Smarter Weekly 300 and 500 bob. Browse, chat, call, and rudishiwa 100% transaction fee na Airtel Money. Ever-growing network. Na bado tuna grow. Asanteni wa Kenya.
And of course, the best show in Africa ongoing right now. We want to hear from you, and your feedback is actually really valid. We would definitely want to hear what you had to say about the stories that tumegusia. Sahi tumeongelelea one of the stories, which is some of the officers who are working during Chan had been promised 12,000 shillings. It was broken down. Later on, they were told to apatia 3,300. And then later on, wakambiwa ni maybe you're 300. From your 3,300. Arnold Xavier, what do you have to say about this? Alafu Ragwe, you'll add on.
Well, I don't have much to say about this story, but it's very unfair because they were promised 12,000, eh? Then they were given
12,000 to 300.
They were given 300 shillings.
Hata wamepewa.
So najiuliza, so polisi wanateta wakipatiwa kitu kidogo.
Na ni kesi wao.
Too soon. Watch out. Too soon.
What was him? Okay, and maybe they were told 12,000 in total.
Oh.
Our 12,000 per day.
No, it was per day. Let me tell you, kuna mtu ame budget, kuna mtu amenunua simiti na deni. Kuna mtu ameambia mwalimu ngoja tulipwe, nitalipa school fees. 300 a day. Now, not all, because Samiri is the football guy, not all days there was something going on. So probably maybe your shift was 3 days max. You've already done 12 times 336. No, now you're getting 900.
I saw the same person live repeatedly.
Yes.
Yeah, so shift yake ilikuwa zote.
How many days?
So imagine shift yako ni zote. Let's do maybe a total of 15 days. You've done 15 times 12. It's a good amount of money. Now you're doing 15 times 300. So only 45.
Yes, sababu unapiga na vidole.
Hawa watu wote ni watu wa comedy. Wewe ndio mtu wa logistics. Sisi tuko tu hiyo do ni mingi. Hiyo do na ni mob. But do you think that there is something that should be done to make sure that we have a level of dignity towards the police officers? Because at the end of the day, we are the same people who are going to tell them, unakumbuka kuna that Gen Z who decided to take matters in their own hands. Wakadili na yeye ndio wanasema alianzisha revolution.
Anaitwa Ian.
Ian. The one in the Lakers nini?
Yeah, dead.
Yes. Yeye aliamua kudiscipline tu ofisa akamwambia wacha ni deal na wewe. Because it seems like akamtumikia sijui like however you'd like to use that statement. But do you think that we generally respect the police? And if they were paid better, do you think that tungekuwa na high chances that maybe just maybe wangekuwa na treat better?
But then what they do inakuwa ngumu kuwatetea because they did a great job. In fact, kiwanja ilikuwa inajaa mainly because there was the presence of the police. Unaona? Polisi akikuwa of course watu wataogopa kuiba. Unaona kulikuwa na watu inaitwaje socialized slave queens walikuwa wanajaza kiwanja. Unaona they might have been called plastic fans when walikuja na Chan, but then wangekuwa hapo tu because there was ensured safety. Unaona lakini kama sio polisi yenyewe Chan ingekuwa Chan. Unaona but then sasa nani atawatetea?
In whose hands are we?
In whose hands? Alright, let's move on to the next story. Nairobi street kids arrested smeared themselves with their own fecal matter on their bodies and they did that all over their body. The police car just so that no one would actually dare arrest or catch them. Now, fire brigade were actually called to wash them down with water, but proceeded to do the act again. It was too much for the police, and they had to just be released. So walishikwa na polisi, and then they decided, you know what, we're going to apply fecal matter on our bodies. After they did that, ikaonekana ni kama polisi wako na akili kuwashinda. Fire brigade ikakuja ikaosha mraia, wako na situation imeisha. They did it again, like afresh from the top.
Wakaenda mwili ama walienda mwili ama walienda choo.
Selector, let's do it again. I don't say here.
Will it selector?
This is a very smelly story. If you ask me. Kalinuka.
Kalinuka mbaya.
Na kakaoshwa.
Yeah, na kakaoshwa na kakanuka tena.
Unajua dawa moto ni moto. Wangewaletea exhauster. Hapo wangeogopa.
Kinyesi wanataka.
Ujinga ina ujinga madhara iingue.
Yes. But let me ask you, how many times can someone poop? Si walikuwa washafanya raundi ya kwanza wakajipaka, wakapaka gari, wakaosha, wakasema please.
I can explain. Amepita CJs. Mtu akienda kutoka kampiga mabolognese. Ameenda Ngara. Studios wakienda kutoka wachapodondo akamrelease. Akaenda pale chini OTC akapoelea na pewa. Mbona usishibe? Mbona ikitoka usikose backup? Unaona? Sasa polisi teseka.
Akona tu key verification.
At you do it the first time, tunaifanya tena. But what do you think? Was it justice in their own hands?
Well, it can be
justice in the
wrong hands.
In the wrong
but you know,
part of the body.
Like Samia alikuwa anasema, they must have eaten somewhere, blah blah blah, nini wamekula. Me, I'm here trying to wonder. You know, these are street. If it's to poop, they don't poop oftenly. I think walisema vya kale.
Easy akale, ni fresh bro. Like I don't know if you're understanding our story. They did it the first time, and then after wameoshwa,
they did it the second time.
That is si akale hayo. Hiyo ni sahi.
That is basically
like live, you know. So Samiro, are you done giving us comments?
The police must.
Jinaonekana unajua umesema street kids wanakulanga sana. Hii exposure itakupeleka mbali. Let's move on to the next one. What started as a normal Monday morning in Nakuru turned into an online manhunt on Facebook. Now, at 11 a.m., a Toyota Prado J95 was actually reported stolen and shared on popular Sikika road safety Facebook page. Within minutes, Kenyans on the road began dropping tips by early afternoon. Several motorists spotted the vehicle, and it was actually parked suspiciously at a garage in Umoja, Nairobi. Now, screenshots, comments, and location pins began flooding the group. Within hours, the sleuths had already arrived at Umoja and apprehended the culprits. Talk about the power of social media. Imagine, wase wamekucheki pale, umeona gari imepotea, umereport gari imepotea. Now this page is very interesting where Kenyans would actually see your vehicle and update in real time. Mimi nakwambia yani wezi yaona bahati. Samiro, if this was kitambo kidogo before tukwe united na social media, what do you think would have happened? Ama sorry, si wewe. Cindy.
Sisemi kitu.
I was almost ready with an answer. Nimeona.
I wasn't born.
Cindy as a Gen Z.
I was not born.
And tell us what you think about the story then.
Wow.
Wow, it's fine. I'm the trend show. It's fine. Yeah. You know, the thing is, I still can't believe that not too long ago I was the youngest in this show. Right now. Naingia kani nimekunywa chai. We spend I want to take you back to a story that we talked about a couple of months ago about how Kenyans, I think it's globally, we spend the most time online. So there's so many factors, high-speed internet, unemployment, but the fact is we spend a lot of time online, and when you do that, you have time, and you tend to be very petty. Meaning, if you want to dedicate your time and energy to look for somebody, you will dedicate. And then, when the online community come together and you say, hey, ebu, tufuate huyu, nitafutie huyu, people will come together. I don't know if you guys have seen, there's even an American who started a support group for people who have been trolled by Kenyans online. That is how bad it is. We are in numbers. Your generation, clearly, because it's not mine, your generation are so many, so tech savvy, able to link things, able to even use Google Maps to go and look for something in real time when the last picture was taken. So technology is advanced. I'm glad that they caught whoever, stole the car. But I wish there was this kind of energy. Let me now be a bit morbid. I wish there was this kind of energy when there are things like missing children, that sort of stuff. Where is this energy? Lakini tafuta bwana, ama unatafuta bibi, ama gari, hauwezi kosa backup.
Ama sasa ile unatafuta kama mtu wako ana cheat. Huwezi mpata.
Mtu wangu ana cheat, nisaidieni. Half of Kenya.
Hiyo nayo wademo wanawezanga hata bila internet.
Online tracking without the phone.
Unasikianga tu is Jackie, and then inaanzia hapo. Samira, what do you have to say about that story of Kenyans using the internet to actually report in real time and actually wamepata gari yao msi alikompoteza ndai yake?
Mimi, I'm just thrown aback.
Hey.
Nastuka sana. Sababu, growing up, these same phones ndo kwa namba, we unazubakwa simu sana. Sasa guess what? Simu ndo imetupatia kazi sasa. No, as a content creator, whatever is happening right now wenyewe, by the time it's being broadcasted kwa national television, tayari unaijua. So ile ionyeshi, unasema hapa wamefilter. Hapa hii na hii imekuwa omitted. So it's just very amazing the way it's happening right now. Sababu unapata mtu mslow kama Arnold pale bana anasaidika. Same anasaidiwa.
Aya, Arnold, jueni mslow. Umeget your story. Ama nirudie.
Should we speak slower?
Well,
Samira,
I'm slow.
But Arnold, talk to us.
Well, John, I'm here. Nasikia mkisema, the online community gave up the location of the car.
Yeah.
Even though siku mnaita Wakamba.
The online community.
I'm very
Hello. Ile blado yako zinaiona huko umo. Kuja hapa kwa jeep.
Mnaita the online community. Ayu ni mutinda.
But now it tells you one thing. It tells you that social media has power. Yes. But don't you think, as Cindy has said, we should use social media to do other serious things as well? For example, we saw it during the protest, Gen Z protest. Tuliona social media yenyewe ilikuwa inaitwa wase wanajua mpaka vile dress code itakuwa, wanajua mpaka tunapatana na wapi, wanajua safe zones, wanajua place yenye kutakuwa na food. Wanajua kama ni tulikuwa nakula hapa ni KFC. Ilikasirisha MPs sana. Hiyo kwanza hiyo KFC ilikasirisha.
Nini hawataki watu wakule KFC?
But right now I'd like to know, do you think that we should use this in other forms of just making sure that we are together as community? Najua Cindy ulikuwa umegusia hiyo, but are there other things that you think we can use social media for? For example, sponsoring Arnold's show to make sure that tunapiga makelele about it. Unajua vitu kama hizo. What do you think, Arnold?
Well, just to echo what Cindy has said, I think we should use the same energy in other things. This is what I mean. Like you've said, in promoting our shows, kama wasanii. Number two, when there are important things that have gone missing. For instance, the kids, kuna hiyo kids. Kura kwanza zinapotea sana.
Civic education.
I'm telling you.
Civic education.
Yeah. If we could use this in this other field, I think tatuko imetuweka somewhere very nice.
I think, personally, I think social media equalize society because access to information imekuwa easier. Naona mimi mwenye naongea lugha style yangu sheng deep, unapata kuna mtu anaongea lugha kama yangu, but then ku access information of course ilikuwa ngumu kidogo, but since there is someone unajua akiongeanga hivi anaongea with specific group. Kuna Cindy anaongelesha watu wake wa demure and everything. But then watu wa inaitwaje nilisikia wakita clocket.
Yeah.
Anyway, imefanya access to information imekuwa easier, and of course time and again Kenyans come amazing people through amazing initiatives by celebs kama sisi kwa sisi. Unaona mtu sijui amelemewa wapi, by after sijui an hour ama less mtu amekuwa secured for a future and a whole, yani imekuwa something very big.
So we're going to put a pin on that, take a break. On the other half, we will tell you who the next president of Uganda is, or maybe it's debatable.
Twende mbele. NCBA. Go for it.
Checky these guys on their Uber bodas. What's next? Riders with a degree in driving. My guy didn't get special training and this ride is great.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
Next time, get a ride with more stars than surprises. Uber Boda. Everything Uber, now on True Wheels.
We love to share our cultures, and the one thing that unites us all, that celebrates precious moments,
We all know the more the merrier.
nurtures our Kenyan spirit, welcomes, and even inspires. Our language does all of this and more. The more the milk, the better the chai. Chai kweli in a Brookside Dairy Best.
This September, all eyes turn to Berlin, the world's fastest marathon course, where legends are made and records are shattered. Berlin is where greatness comes alive. Join us as Kenya's finest, led by Sebastian Sawe and Rosemary Wanjiru, chase glory on the streets of the German capital.
Kimbia Berlin on 21st this month. Sit down.
I am racing Berlin Marathon. Watch me live on NTV.
Catch every stride, every second of the 2025 Berlin Marathon live on NTV Kenya, Sunday, September 21st.
Watu wangu wa Machakos, are you ready for Governor Wavinya Cup? Tupatane uwanjani as we cheer our teams and nurture talent.
Kuanzia mwezi huu kwa wodi zote 40 za kaunti ya Machakos.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, enriched with 95% pure vitamin C and pearl extract for visibly radiant and even-toned skin in just 2 weeks. Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow. Skin is for celebrating my shade of beautiful. Nivea is for skin.
Kenya. Twende mbele. NCBA. Go for it.
Unajua Waswahili wanasema asifuye mvua basi imemnyea. Na mimi sikutaka kuwanyea.
Wala sasa umeanza maneno ya nyanya hii ni nini unasema? Hii ni hospitali ama ni shule? Rais wa hali yako ni mingi.
Tupige mapicha na angles hivi watu wafikiri hospitali ni kubwa.
Kwa hivyo si kubwa, ni ndogo. Macho zako kubwa zinaona vitu ndogo ndogo. Si ndio? Sijaribu hata kuweka hivi timu.
So you people think an intern can't get a job genuinely? You're genuinely yako ndio si genuine.
Anas Toto, every Saturday at 8 p.m. only on NTV.
Ola Energy lubricants deliver protection, efficiency and extended engine life, proven across Africa's toughest conditions. Choose the power behind performance. Choose Ola Energy lubricants. Ola Energy, authorized distributor of mobile products.
Hatufungi mpaka kufa.
Hiyo dhehebu inamaliza mpaka watoto wadogo.
Kulikuwa kuna mwile ushalazwa hapa.
My father was even one of the agents that Mackenzie was using to recruit people from Busia.
Watoto hawako, kuna msichana mkubwa alikuwa form 3, kuna bibi, kuna yeye, hatuwaoni.
Huu msitu ungegawanywa, haya mambo hayangetokea. Ni watu ambao hawajahusika wala na uhusiano na huyo kora ambaye aliingia hapo.
Kipindi unachokipenda cha Mikeke kinaivamia na kuiteka anga rasmi kila siku ya Jumamosi majira ya alasiri.
Mchezo si mchezo bila vichekesho. Tetesi kwetu si kesi. Sarakasi za wachezaji bila wasiwasi.
Na pia kuna bao maridadi la siku. Makala ya kocha bora. Pasi la kusahau Estadio de Mashabiki.
Kama ilivyo ada moja.
Ungana nami mwanaspoti Joshua Makori.
Nami Toto Arege.
Kwa uhondo
wa spoti.
On 26th October 2025, the city doesn't sleep. It runs. The Standard Chartered Nairobi Marathon is here. From the crack of dawn, the champions rise. Speed, stamina, sweat, and stories of glory. Who will conquer the streets? Who will cross the line first? Witness every stride, every moment, live. Don't miss the action. The Standard Chartered Nairobi Marathon live on NTV from 6 a.m. on 26th October.
This is NTV.
Tonight.
Tony Lake, dreams zetu zinakuwa shattered mapema hata kabla tujajoin shule.
Lecture halls stay empty as a nationwide strike throws university life into chaos. From freshers to finalists, students are stranded. Court orders and cash prices notwithstanding.
He has a duty to open education to the children of today, and his duty behoves him to find a solution.
Also tonight,
Mafuta iliisha on 19th of that month, on 19th of May.
Yeah.
And I remember mtu alikuja station na anataka usaidizi. Hakuna kudanganyana, tuweke mafuta.
Who fuels your safety? Police now relying on civilians and their cars to respond to emergencies. CS Murkomen defends the practice as critics warn it opens the door to corruption. Plus,
his declaration is political. It's for purposes of energizing his base, giving life to the united opposition.
Rigathi Gachagua throws his hat in the 2027 ring. Or does he? Analysts say it's more chess than checkmate as the opposition plays politics and keeps Ruto guessing.
NTV News Headlines, brought to you by Family Bank Stock Financing.
No matter what you're selling, Family Bank Stock Financing Facility is your partner in growth. You
can access financing with flexible repayment terms. Let us stock up your biashara. Keep those shelves full. Call us today or visit any Family Bank branch countrywide to learn more and get started. Welcome home to Family Bank, your preferred bank for biashara.
Makofi ya the world champion baby. Na hii ni makofi ya Morphix, which absorbs the liquid 3 times faster na haiwezi leak even in 50 different movements. Renewed Morphix, ultimate quality.
Now, introducing Smarter Weekly 300 and 500 bob. Browse, chat, call, and rudishiwa 100% transaction fee na Airtel Money. Ever-growing network. Na bado tuna grow. Asanteni wa Kenya.
Cindy, you're making a lot of noise. You're back on air. I'm telling you, it's banter over banter each and every single time we're in the studio. The stories off air are far much exciting than on air. But of course, on air, we try to make sure that you get also a glimpse of what's really going down behind the scenes. Right now, naona kuna feedback pale. Sijui kama mmeona any the feedback on the hashtag TTTT?
It's not on X, but my sister is like, this is the darkest show ever. Nyinyi wote mko na tinge, tunaona tu meno.
It's the darkest show. That's a good one.
You're my relative.
Yeah.
So you're just as dark as me. What are you talking about?
There's a little bit of feedback. Kuna mtu anaitwa the average anasema in this era of instant cash transfers, it is a cake for the police to be driving long distances in order to physically collect gallons of fuel. Yeah, that's on the story about the CS Murkomen saying that the police, it's not corruption for them to ask for fuel as they're covering the miles. Mike Wairegi anasema, so the government gave you a gun but not gas. Like, mjapatia mafuta. Interesting priorities. Austin Kikuyu anasema, how do you pay the security personnel such amount of money? The players bagged huge cash, but then again tend to forget our policemen. So discouraging. Jeremiah Kiambi anasema the street kids, kuna ile story tulikuwa tumepiga pale, the street kids were like mavi mushkila. That was a smelly story indeed. If you're joining us right now, we've covered a bunch of stories. Right now we want to take you to Uganda. And, yes.
Huyo mtu amesema polisi players being paid too much, alafu polisi kuachwa. Players wameteseka ya kutosha.
So kila mtu na shida zake.
Kila mtu na shida. Wacha tu sasa zile players wanakula. Wacha mimi nitetee players.
Mix problems zetu.
Nasema askari aache bunduki ya vaejezi.
Ikibidi kama huko ndo inalipa.
Tunafanya tunacheka na hii story ni serious.
Mushiri si ni polisi. Mushiri plays for Ulinzi. And he was one of the players. He got his dues.
Na hiyo pesa watu walilipo hiyo 5.5?
Yes.
Okay.
Lakini hao hapo hapo walichezwa. Ati give half, I give half. No. I don't want to buy half. Give me a full house.
Aye, sawa. Let's go to Uganda. Uganda President Yoweri Museveni says this is the last time he's vying for presidency in Uganda. Urges Ugandans to come in large numbers and vote for him for the last time. What do you think, my guys? Arnold, you've been here kwa hii list yetu. When umekuwa UG the last?
Ulikampenia nani?
When I was in Uganda, Champara. Thank you. You've been there too, eh? When I was in Champara, first of all, I went there when they were starting to campaign. So I was very surprised to see the billboard here, Museveni. Yes. I even asked them, my fellow comics, are there other presidential candidates? They said yes.
They're about 80 or 89.
I'm like, I'm like,
there are other people who are vying.
So you're still vying? And
did you say 89?
Yeah.
89 other presidential candidates.
Yes.
Na bado na you are vying.
Like I'm still vying for the last time. Those 89 people, I need to sit down with them and ask them some very pertinent questions. Okay, I am all for doing it for the sake of advocacy, to put a point across. But you know, there are some elections, if you stand and you look at the people you're standing against, you're like, why use all that energy? Why not just wait until he does his 5 years, when he says now he's not vying anymore, to throw your hat in the ring? Why would I go up against someone who's been the president for the last 20 plus years?
Do you know Museveni says this every election year?
Yeah.
He says, the first time he actually became president, he says, I won't be here for long.
Yes. Yeah.
Then here we are, 39 years later.
Yeah.
Samiro, what do you have to say?
But there was already a succession plan ata. Ilikuwa inasemekana anaitwa Muhozi. Ule mwenye alisema atakuja mpaka Nakuru, General Muhozi. Unaona? There's already a succession plan. Alafu tena unajua wengine ndio wao simama. Si Museveni ndio anapangana kiti. Yeye asimamangi kama wenzake. Atedi wewe. Mimi niko sure baada hiyo brief alipiga ile cut. Wameingia wametoshea. Because hiyo kufanyika, seeing people big celebs in Uganda still embracing him, ilifanya nikastuka ama si ndo vierere sisi wa Kenya kufikiria huyu mzai imetosha.
You know there is no activism in Uganda.
What do you mean?
You are either an actor.
Hata content creator alijaribu mambo huko. Hajaisikika tena.
Cindy, unaonekana ni kama you have another idea. Ama
No.
Unasema Uganda iko.
Cindy kwani unaogopa? Cindy
unaogopa huko Uganda.
No, let me tell you. Uganda is a very different kettle of fish. There are so many civil liberties that we have in this country, and yes, even with the way we feel that we are being oppressed, when you go out there is when you realize there are lots of civil liberties in our country, and there are things that we can do here that we can't do anywhere. It's good to note that free speech is being curtailed everywhere, not only in Kenya, also in the US. If you know what's going on, there's a very popular show that was cancelled because Jimmy Kimmel, because he said something against, he made a joke against, you know, the president's very close friend, and they didn't take it very lightly. So it's also good to see that it cuts across. But the moral of the story is, Kenya is not the best, and we have a long way to go, and we could be by far. But there's lots of stuff that we enjoy in this country that other countries don't.
Yeah, Museveni also added on and said that this young boy, Bobby Wine, has a future. He should just be patient. Do you think that Bobby Wine would make a proper president for
he'd be a great president.
Uganda?
He really would. He really would. The problem... Politics tends to corrupt. Is George a good president? You know, all these guys who were once musicians or soccer fans, are they great presidents? The president of Ukraine, Vladimir who? Not
the comedian.
Putin. Not Putin. They are both called Vladimir. The president of Ukraine. The mind is just.
Yeah, he was a comedian.
He was a comedian. And he's made a great, you know, a great statesman. So I just think the salt of the earth people are the ones who make the greatest leaders. And I would love to see, I'd love to live to see a day when somebody like Bobby Wine rules in Uganda and somebody like Bobby Wine rules in Kenya, as in our own Bobby Wine becomes president.
Unasema Jaguar?
Unapea sebe hiyo suti yake.
Unasema Jaguar? Arnold, real quick. Samir, real quick. Bobby Wine making a good president for Uganda?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm a savior.
I can get with it, but Shika mita, buta waya, buta.
Talk to us.
Niliwaambia msishibishe Mluya. Well, for Bobby Wine to be the president, I think, Kwanza, I'll echo what Cynthia said. It would be a very good thing. For an artist to be in a position of power, I'm telling you, artists are very creative. See, we've been talking about Uganda for 2 minutes. You can tell from the conversations.
Yeah.
It's already got bananas, but... So I'm trying to say is, Bobby Wine is the better option.
Time out, but then Samiro, real quick.
It has also not worked according to what we've seen with our own artists. So for me,
yes, we have an artist who's an MP.
Alimtaja. But for me, nasemanga, ukipatia mtu ndo utaelewa. Unaona? Kuna mtu anasema watu wa pesa ni wabaya, watu wa pesa. Wewe ukipatiwa pesa ndio utaelewa. Unaona? It will change you. Power corrupts the most noble of minds. So unless umempatia hiyo power, hautaelewa.
Me, I won't lie. Power will change.
Power will change.
That is why God me and
Me, it won't, guys. Vote for me.
Now that I have the power to end this show, it's time to change over to the news. But thank you so much, Arnold, Xavier, Samiro, Cindy. Thank you so much. And of course, you're going to catch me at 10 p.m. But right now, we are open space for the news. Remember, we have an amazing gift hamper courtesy of Vivo V60. So you better stand by for that. CCL.